What's up, everybody? This is Rebel. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Okay. All right. What's up, everybody? This is Rebel. And I want to come to you because I want to talk about the Black Nobility. And while I'm talking, look it up. It's Black and then Nobility. Nobility. And these are melanated people. They're not like us. They're different from us. And they come from Europe. Now, a lot of them have infiltrated themselves in with us. But they're not like us. And these melanated people, they're melanated like us, but they don't think like us. They melanated like us, but they hate us. These are the Black Nobility, or you can call them the aristocrats. You can call them that too. And what these Black Nobility people are, they're families that they build a society within a high society. See, they built a society within a high society, elite society. And these Black nobilities don't like for anybody to know who they are. They shun publicity. And this is in Europe. Let me show you something. I'm going to show you a video. And I want you to look at this because you'll get a clear understanding of what's going on here. Okay. Look at this video. Look at that video. Look at that. That's Pope. And he kissing those right there are the Black Nobility. Them right there, that's why he kissing their feet. Look at them. Look at them. The reason why he kissing their feet is because they're nothing but the gatekeepers. Boule is the gatekeepers to us. They the gatekeepers to Boule. And then the Black Nobility is who put them there to make it seem as though they have all the power. So we never look at melanated people that look like us. We've been bamboozled. Look at this. He can barely breathe. But he's kneeling down because they gave them power. Okay? Now, I wanted you to see that. Another thing I want you to see. Hold on one second. Because I want you to get an understanding of what's really going on. See? That's Haile Selassie. This is Haile Selassie. And this Queen Elizabeth bowing down. That's Queen Elizabeth right there. Hold on. Let me show you some more. All right. Here go another one. There go another one right there. That's her. And that's Selassie and his wife. That's Queen Elizabeth and Philip. Okay. Let me say this. See? You got to understand that. Do you remember when Prince Harry, I'm just saying it like it is, Prince Harry, and he married this woman, I don't know her name, Markovich, I don't know her, I really don't know her name because I don't follow him like that. When they married, and you saw, let me show you something, because I want you to get an understanding on what I'm saying. And you saw this brooch. And they said this woman was trying to be racist because she wore that brooch. See, that's not of a slave. That's not a slave. That's of royalty. Those are the leaders of Europe. Those are, this right here is who in charge, and they pay homage to them. See, if you go in Europe, this is what you're going to see. This is what you're going to see in Europe. She wasn't trying to be racist at all. She wasn't. It wasn't even about being racist. They pay homage to the Black Nobility. The reason why is because that's why they got their wealth. And see, it's for us to not understand who's really in charge of it. See, we keep our eye on this white man and this white woman. We keep our eye on them. And a lot of white people don't know what the hell is going on. They don't understand it. A lot of them do, but some of them really don't understand what's going on. Just like we didn't understand. Hold on. Let me show you some more pictures before I start talking. Let me show you some more pictures. Look at this. Look at this picture. See? Look at the melanated man. Look at the melanated man. And then look at the white man in back of him. Who it looked like in charge. Look at the melanated woman, little girl standing up. But then look at the little boy bowing down on his knees. Little white boy. See? That's who in charge. That's who was in charge. That's who was in charge. See, when you go there, see, they're not going to show this on TV. This is what you see. Those are the statues you see. Because that's who land that is. The Black Lemurs. That's what they call Black Lemurs. When you go to Europe, this is what you see. Those are the Black Lemurs. Those are the Black Nobilities. The aristocrats. That's who these are. See, this is where your Constitution comes from. These are the people who wrote the Constitution. See, the Constitution used to be called the Magna Carta. It was written in 1215. That's when it was written. AD. That's when it was written. When they lied to you and tell you James Madison sat down and wrote the Constitution like he was so intelligent, that's a lie. That's a lie. No, they got it from the Magna Carta. That's where they got it from. And it was written by a melanated man. When they tell you the Declaration of Independence, Thomas Jefferson, which was raping indigenous women, and Benjamin Franklin, they sat down and wrote it. No, they didn't. The Bill of Rights, all that came from Europe. The Constitution, where you get taxed and all of that stuff, all of that came from the Magna Carta, written in 1212. Look it up. Magda Carter. Look it up, and you'll see for yourself. They like these people was brilliant. They came here to kill and destroy and set up shop. Kill your people and then build over their stuff. And the people who they put in front of us, most of them people be foreigners. With the exception of like Jesse Jackson. Jesse Jackson was a Cherokee Indian. Is a Cherokee Indian. And then, see, when it's people like Jesse Jackson and these other indigenous people, they only let them live a certain amount of time. But Sidney Poitier was a Jamaican, and he lived to be close to 100. See, what they do for them, they're not going to do for you, because you are superior. And because you don't want to walk in your calling, they walk over you. Because you don't want to walk in your calling. You want to play the victim instead of saying, no, this is our shit. And see, a lot of these people that you see out here talking, a lot of these people you see in the Pan-African movement and other movements that talk against us, saying that we are indigenous, a lot of them is foreigners. A lot of them, they're not, and I'm gonna tell you this too. They have infiltrated themselves in our families. See, they want you to believe that you black and that's it. You just black. Look at the genotype and the phenotype. The genotype is the DNA. The phenotype is the expression of the genotype, meaning the characteristics. We look different. Big lips, that came from Africa. We got medium-sized lips, my lips, and then medium-sized lips. When you see people with big lips, that's an African. But see, they don't want you to be able to point that out. That's just like albinoism. Go to Africa, you see plenty of them. But they have infiltrated themselves with us. So when we see one, that's why you don't see many people in America with real big lips. You don't see that. But you go to Africa and you will see it all day long. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. And it ain't about being prejudiced. It's about telling the truth. Because if we don't tell the truth, they to the point now they want to shut this shit the fuck down. They want us to go somewhere. They want us off this land. And they don't care how they get us off this land. They want us off this land. This is why, here's my thing. All them nationalists that came, them black nationalists back in the day, they were Africans. Okay? W.E.B. Du Bois, what was he doing over here? He was from Ghana. What was he doing over here? Because he knew he had an assignment to do. See, the boule is set up to control us. Because it have to be a melanated person to tell us it's going to be all right. And they got some sellout Indians with them, mixed up with them to help them out. Okay? The white man, you supposed to look at him and say that he are superior. He's superior. And he got power. This who you was fighting. Let me show you who you was fighting. See, you think you was fighting that white man. No, you wasn't. You wasn't fighting him. You wasn't fighting him at all. That's who you was fighting. You was fighting people just like yourself. That's who you was fighting. You wasn't fighting that white man. No, you wasn't. You was fighting this. And these people right here and that white man have gotten together to keep their foot on your neck. These black Lamars and the white man have gotten together to keep their foot on your neck. And that's what they're doing. And the people that's so-called dead, the people that's dead, and they draw when they get that crayon and go to drawing a lie. See, them is the people that you're supposed to worship, the people that fought against you and murdered and killed you and killed your ancestors. That's who you're supposed to praise and worship. For example, what's his name? Jean-Baptiste Point de Sable. Born in 1750, died in 1818. They say he's the father of Chicago. Okay, but I want to know, what about Chief Black Hawk? What about Chief Black Hawk father? See, Jean Baptiste is only 17 years older than Chief Black Hawk. Chief Black Hawk was a warrior. He fought in Chicago when they were trying to take the land in Chicago. See, they had to overturn everything. They wasn't only doing it in the South, they was doing it in the North too. See, Chief Black Hawk, he was of the tribe of Sauk and Fox. And I got that right. Not I understand the Sioux Indians in Minnesota, but he was of the tribe of the Sioux Indians. The Sioux Indians. He was of that tribe. He fought against these people right here. This is who he was fighting against. See, this is why we so scared, because we don't know the truth. We don't know the truth who we was fighting against. And let me tell you what these type of people are. See, they orcs. They orcs. So what that mean is they got melanin skin, but within they're nothing but beast. That's what they are right here. Okay? So what made Jean Baptiste, why they said that he's the father of Chicago? Because he was a resident for 20 years near Lake Michigan, near the shores of Lake Michigan. So they said he's the father of Chicago. What kind of shit is that? See, they tell us any fucking thing because they know a lot of us ain't gonna look it up. And we bragging on this man, and he ain't done nothing. He married an Algonquin woman, an Indian woman. He married an Indian woman. So if you married an Indian woman, how the hell you found Chicago? And he married an Indian woman and had about 2 or 3 children from her. So how did this man find Chicago? And it was people already there, and he married one of them. This is the shit you gotta ask yourself. That's just like when they talk about the Constitution. Don't you know the Constitution, when they tell you James Madison sat down for hours and wrote the Constitution, you're a goddamn lie. What really happened, you got it from a melanated man wrote that in England. It comes from the Magna. It comes from the Magna Carta, written in 1215. The Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights, and also the Constitution come from that. And they lie to us and tell us, oh, they sat down like these were some brilliant men. No, they wasn't. No, they wasn't. They wrote it in 1215 with sheepskin. They wrote it on sheepskin. And the Magna Carta is for the elite. That's when they tax you and everything, but they don't tax themselves. We get taxed. They tax our paychecks. We go to the store, they taxing us for the food. We go and buy clothes, they taxing us for that. They tax us for the gas. That's why they tax us for everything. But when they don't even have to file their taxes, and you don't either. You just don't know that. You don't either. You just don't know that. And see, they're not going to tell you this because they want to keep you stupid. Black nobility is a society within a high society, within the elite, and they are the highest. See, Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg, they'll put them on a Forbes list because they want you to think they're the richest people in the world. They can't even touch these black nobilities. They can't even touch them. Them castles in Europe, they owned them castles. And do you know we had castles here too? We was powerful people. When they show us all naked and all and with leaves around us and leaves, no, we was powerful too. We were superior. They learned us. These melanated people came and they learned us. They learned us first. And when they learned us, then they turned on us and killed us. That's what they did. And they built on top of your land. That's what really happened. And these white people, they're just the middleman. And the reason why they kiss these Africans' feet and these Jamaicans' feet, the reason why they do it is because that's the reason why they empower. Because we don't know any better. That's why they empower. And see, they want you to continuously keep looking at this melanated, this white man, because if you keep looking at him, you can't see who's really in control of it. That's just like Margaret Singer, when they put her in front of us. And put not in front of us, but put her the front man of Planned Parenthood. The front woman of Planned Parenthood. But she wasn't running that shit. She wasn't, and these white people ain't running shit. That's why when you go to them, they not going to help you. What do you think Africans, when they come over here, they can go get a loan? You can't. They'll mess with you if you go get a loan. They'll deny you if you go get a loan. They ain't going to deny them. They ain't going to deny them. They come over here and live good. Do you know why? Black nobility. How is it that black men go out here, melanated men go out here and get killed every day? You mean to tell me we look alike, so why ain't these Africans getting murdered too? They ain't going to touch them. Even the Jamaicans, they not going to touch them. But they kill us like dogs. Us on 3D, they kill them melanated people like dogs. You know why? Because number one, you're not awakened. Your frequency is low, and they know they can mess with you. And everything is about us. When you look at the school system, when you look at the church, all this stuff was built for us. The only reason people go to church, not because they believe in that, because they know it's a lie. They know it's a lie. They go to it because they have to play the role. Some people, some white people is casualties of war. See, they have to lock white people up because if all of us was in there, we'll catch on. They ain't gonna let you catch on. They ain't gonna let you catch on. No. So they have to act like no, everything is fair. But look, see that white person over there, they locked up. They have to do that. And see, now the universe have woke up. And now the universe is talking. And now they running. Because now they see. How is it that if we all the same, why the Africans not waking up? I'm not understanding this. And see, this is what they do. They use that TV and show us Africa. And you think Africa is just a dump. Africa, you think Africa, they got cities that look better than America. Because they got all of our shit. We had castles in America. They tore them all down. They tore them all down. They tore a lot of them down. Them castles, most of them castles in Europe, melanated people own them. Orcs. See, because orcs is, let me tell you something. We have had light people. We have had people my complexion, dark people. They have been here. But see, you have some people here. That's why I say we have been trained on a one-track mind. We have been trained on a one-track mind to believe that, you know, everybody just come from a vagina. I don't believe that. All these places, the Bermuda Triangle, Area 51 in Nevada. These people coming from somewhere. We just don't know. Let me show you something. When they tell you, oh, we was the segregation of 1960, I'm gonna show you a picture where it was white, the black nobility. Let me show you. They try to tell you that, oh, we was segregation. Let me show you this. Okay. Let me show you this. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. That go W.E.B. Du Bois. He's a Ghanaian. What he doing here? That's him right there. Right there. W.E.B. Du Bois. What he doing here? Okay, okay. Look at that white woman. When they tell you, oh, we've been segregated. White people didn't want to deal with us. No, it wasn't that. It's they got a plan. See, look at that white woman right there. Okay? Look at that white woman right there. Okay? Let me show you this white man. Look at right here. Look at it. Look at this white man right here. Look, that's a white man. See, they told you that oh, we were segregated. We couldn't sit together. Hold on. Wait a minute. What y'all doing here together? Because it's all a fucking game. It's a game, and you the game. See, look at that white man right there. See, when they tell you, see, everything they told you was nothing but a lie. And I say all of this because you have to understand, white people ain't in control of nothing. They're not in control of nothing. Who's in control is melanated people that look just like you, but they not you. Let me let you in on something. Okay? See, because we be sleep on a lot of stuff, so we don't understand. We be sleep, and we think everything is, everybody want to come out dance with a routine. Everybody want to come out and dance with a routine. Let me tell you what they doing. This is what they doing now. Because, see, they setting up camp here now. See, they want it to the point that they diminish, like in Mexico. You see, it was melanated people there, but when everything happened, you only see light Mexicans. You don't see the dark ones, but they over there though. The old Max is still over there. Let me look at the radio stations. They only playing African music now. You haven't noticed that? We don't know what the hell they saying, and we bob into it. We think it's cute, but you don't know it's an agenda behind that. Look at them Africans. They can get on screen and talk just like me and you, and then turn around and do an interview, and they talk they talk in French with an accent. No, and they got a few melanated people that ain't African. See, that's black nobility. Black nobility, and see, they're being uncovered. See, the boule goes deep. See, everything has to be spoon-fed. See, 3 years ago, we was talking about the boule. Now we understand it's even deeper than that. Barack Obama is black nobility. That's black nobility right there. See, because he have to stand in the gap. When something happened, he got to come and say, "Oh, night, it's going to be all right now." Jesse Jackson. A Cherokee. Jesse Jackson is a Cherokee. It's going to be all right. Don't worry about it. We're going to take care of it. Justice. I believe in the justice system. And 80% of melanated men that's locked up is melanated. It's indigenous like me. 80%. You want to fight about interracial relationship. Do you know interracial relationships been going on? I don't want to pull it up because it'll take too much time, and I don't want to go over 30 minutes. I don't want to go over that. But that been going on. That been going on a long time ago. But they want to always fight interracial relationship because they got to have you to always be. But when everything go down, we going to have to fight with these foreigners. See, them Pan-Africans, a lot of them is foreigners. A lot of them is Jamaicans. A lot of them is Africans. They're not going to tell you that. They're not going to tell you that. Now, I want to say this because I feel it need to be said because, listen here, we cannot allow these black nobility, and it's levels to that too. We cannot allow them to come into the indigenous community and try to take it over. And see, you got to be bold sometimes. And I don't like trouble, but I'm going to speak my mind because it needs to be spoken. And I don't care whether he get this video, but I want you all to listen to me. Umar Johnson, the prince of Pan-Africanism. Okay? That's what he say he is. We don't need you here. We don't need you in this in the indigenous community. We ain't made no mistake. We ain't made not a mistake. When you sit up and you tell us that we made a mistake, oh, we making a mistake, we leaving Africans out. No, we not. We ain't leaving them out. No, we not. We're not Africans. Who are you to tell us who the hell we are? Who are you? You ain't nobody. You ain't nobody. Don't come over here because we don't need you. You stay right where you at. What we need you. What indigenous person will team up with you? What indigenous person would do that? See, you Pan-Africans, you're nothing but trouble. See, let me tell you, Frederick Douglass, that you say that his family don't claim you, but you say that that's your uncle or whatever you want to say, or your cousin. Don't you know he was married to a white woman? Marcus Garvey. Ain't that who you naming your school after? Don't you know that Marcus Garvey, before he got here, he left a woman holding a bag, claimed that he loved her, and left her holding a bag, and he stole all them people money. He could have got her killed, and never went back, and never went back and tried to resolve it. He left her right there to fend for herself. He came, and the same thing you doing, he said he was building a school and left with them people money. He came right here and scammed a lot of indigenous people out of their money. When he went to prison, his best friend, his good friend was Walter Plecker, a racist, wrote a book and called us animals. Don't come here because we don't need you. Don't come here. And you don't speak for us. And we ain't made no mistake. You can get that jacket and you can sit up and put a half indigenous woman, and we're not native, we're indigenous. You can put a half indigenous woman and a half African woman. You don't speak for us. See the reason why you got to do that is because we didn't already bury y'all. We didn't already buried y'all. Because what we say, you can never refute it. You can never refute it. The only thing you can do is get on here and talk with a strong voice. I got one too. I got a strong voice too. You ain't the only one that got a strong voice. Leave us alone. Because we don't want you here. See, we don't do celebrities. I guess that's what you are. We don't do that. Because soon as they finish with you, they're going to spit you out and you're going to be just like Jesse Jackson. That's what you're going to be. You're going to be just like Jesse Jackson. They only use you up. You're not going to have anything when it's all over with, because that's what they do to Boule, especially when you indigenous. And I don't know if you indigenous. I don't know, because you don't look indigenous, not at all. Leave us alone. To my indigenous brothers and sisters, you all have a nice day.
Are not aware of these facts. Actually, when you have Black Americans claiming that they are not Africans, they are right, they are correct, because many Black Americans are actually not from the slave trade. They are not taken as slaves from Africa to America, because they are the native indigenous Americans with black skin. Before Columbus, before the Europeans came to America, there were black-skinned people living on the land. And history also shows with evidence that Africans were traveling and trading with Americans, the Native Americans, way before the Europeans came to America. So when you have a Black American saying that they are not Africans, please understand what the American brothers and sisters are not aware of these facts. Actually, when you have Black Americans claiming that they are not Africans, they are right, they are correct, because many Black Americans are actually not from the slave trade. They are not taken as slaves from Africa to America, because they are the native indigenous Americans with black skin. Before Columbus, before the Europeans came to America, there were black-skinned people living on the land. And history also shows with evidence that Africans were traveling and trading with Americans, the Native Americans, way before the Europeans came to America. So when you have a Black American saying that they are not Africans, please understand what the American brothers and sisters are